Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends. And I apologize, we have some technical difficulty. I don't even know that I am live, and I look like it says live. So it look like we clicked by mistake. We have some problem. We tried to use StreamYard software, but it didn't work, so I have to switch to YouTube. Anyway, Allah made me happy. Allah made me wise. This is what the Muslims they say to us. And today we are going to discuss the wise Muslims. This is one of them in front of us. This is their wise. I mean, this is the wise men they have. So we will go back later here. But first, before we go, so if you go to my previous video, we were talking about mistakes in the Quran, which Muslim they claim it is scientific, miracles. So what is the answer? I mean, how Muslims they answer that Allah, he said that women, she have a sperm coming from her ribs. The answer, Jesus is not God. How Muslims answer, I mean, we have a video of 1.5 hours showing you all the stupid things in the Quran. Sperm of man is coming from the backbone. How the Muslim answer? Jesus is not equal to God. Okay. Okay, Abdul. Allah, he said that Allah, he placed mountains in the top of the earth. What is the answer for that? Jesus is not equal to God. Okay, Abdul. Which one Allah created first? Jesus is not God. So the wise Abdul, in order to avoid all the madness we showed him in his stupid Quran, the answer is Jesus is not God. And now he is going to prove to you that he is not God. How? He go and say to you, okay, I'm going to show you. This is a proof that Jesus is not equal with God, and it shows that he was a prophet of God. Read and understand in English. This is the refutation of Muhammad saying that the sperm became congealed to the blood. And that can solve the problem of Muslims that Allah do not know which one he created first, the stars or the trees. And this is solved the problem of the Quran saying that hail come from mountains in heaven. This is the answer. This is the wise Muslims. Now, if we go to John chapter 5, verse number 30, is he going to accept what it says there? No. No. Do you accept that Jesus, he said, the Father who sent me, that's mean he is the Son? You see, I'm posting what you just posted for us. Do you accept that? By posting this, you just say that Jesus says, I am the Son of God and he is my Father. And why you don't want to read before it and after it? What's the problem? Like, there's only John 5:30 is the one you like. Let us go to John so people can laugh at you, This is John 5. I will go to it. And everybody will see why Muslims, they are desperate. They have a desperate prophet, desperate religion. Even your prophet, he tried to commit suicide many times. Not because he spoke to me. I wasn't at that time. If he spoke to me, he would commit suicide. Not try only. He would do it for sure. So if we go to John number 5, and you chose for me verse number 30, what is the problem with verse number 29, 28, 27? What is the problem with verse number 31 and 32 and 33? Because right away you will see that Jesus is confirmed that he is God on earth. He was sent by the Father, yes. For God, he loved the world, he sent his only begotten Son. This is our belief. So first you are ignorant like your prophet in our belief. You don't understand that we believe in the Trinity. And then you will find a fool making a video saying to you, Jesus, he used to pray to the Father. What did he is praying to the Father? The Son is praying to the Father. It's a form of communication. Jesus speaking to the Father. We believe in Trinity. But Allah speak to Allah, that will not make sense because you don't believe in Trinity. Do you? When we go in the Quran and we find that the Quran saying that may Allah forgive, like may Allah forgive your sin. Okay, who is talking Allah? How Allah saying to Allah, may Allah forgive your sin? Here the Son is speaking to the Father. Very simple, very simple language we are using. Who is speaking? The Son. To who? To the Father. Okay. And now about not being equal. So he chose for us verse number 30. It says, I cannot do anything of my own will, but according to that which I have heard, I judge, and my judgment is just. For I am not seeking my will, but the will of whom he sent me. But you just confirmed that Jesus is the judge of mankind, and he is absolute judge of justice. A human being cannot do that. So where is Jesus' justice coming from? Well, the Christian believe that Jesus, the Son of God, is born of God. You know? He is from God. He is God. So he have the nature of the just of God. He have the nature of the holiness of God. He have the nature of the wisdom of God. Otherwise, nobody can be just and judge in the same time unless he is God. For only one justice can be done if it's done by God. Other just is not perfect. Human being, he judged by his knowledge, and his knowledge is short. Even your false prophet, he says that the Messiah, he is going to come down and he will be a just judge. Let us find the hadith. And where your prophet, he got the idea that Jesus will come back as a just judge, and how a human can be just and judge in the same time unless he is God. Let us see. All right. Obviously, this idea about the Messiah, that he is a person of just, is taken from John. Your prophet said, about the Messiah. Let us see. Read carefully. This is your Muslim translation, and this is Sahih. This is Sahih Muslim. We can show it to you from Sahih Bukhari. It doesn't matter. All right? So, what it says here, Allah Apostle said by him, who is my my soul is, son of Mary. And here you ask yourself, Jesus, son of Mary? That is the name of Jesus, son of Mary? Why? Here the Muslim, they cannot explain. They will say to you, oh, he have no father. This is additional madness in your religion to say that every prophet, every man after Adam have a father except Jesus. But you can't explain that to us. Because what that will do to Jesus as a prophet, if he's just a prophet, what not having a father will do to him? It's a claim nobody can prove. I can say, my mother, she gave birth to me when she was a virgin. Who is going to believe me? And who is going to, what a big deal? Why? Only Jesus have no father. Muslim, they can't explain that because Muhammad is a fraud. He copied that from the Christians. So he accepted that from the Christians to be taught by him in order to gain some, let us say, acceptance between the Christians. You see, the Muslims today, they come to you and they say, we believe in the same God. But every Muslim knew that we don't. And the proof is the comment. We Christians, we believe that Jesus is God. So how you say we believe in the same God? So in order to lie and earn some acceptance from your side, they have to lie to earn it. We lie and we say we have the same God. when every Muslim knew carefully that we Christian, we don't believe in the same God. There's an idiot from England. He make videos. He said, in the Aramaic Bible, Jesus worshiping Allah. That is absolutely false. Actually, I'm reading the Aramaic Bible right now. This is the Aramaic Bible translation, and you can read the Aramaic Bible too. And the Muslim, you will see in the comments, someone of them will say, Jesus, the Arab Christian, they say the word Allah. This is false translation. If I ask you in the Quran, where we can find the word Jesus? Nowhere in the Quran there is Jesus. But if we go and read the translation, we will find the Muslims saying the word Jesus all over the place. Actually, rarely you find a Muslim in translation use the word Isa. But Isa is not Jesus. Who is Isa? We do not know who's Isa. So when you say we go by the translation and Arab Christian, they use the word Allah, that is a fake fraud translation. They are practicing taqiyya like you Muslims. They are living under ISIS for the last 1400 years, and they thought if they use the word Allah, they will leave them alone. But we don't believe in Allah. Allah have 3 daughters. Do we have Allah with the 3 daughters? No. Our God have a son. Do Allah have a son? No. Allah is not a spirit. Our God is a spirit. In the Old Testament and the New Testament, is Allah is a spirit? No. So the claim the Muslims they come with is absolutely a fraud, have no base even in their own religion. So they lie to us in order to gain some, let us say, you open the door for them, say, oh, we believe in the same God, welcome. Oh, we believe in Abraham. You will see even a Christian priest, scumbags, they say to you that the Muslim believe in the same God. And they claim to be Christian priest. But the Bible says clearly, who is the Antichrist? Is the one who denied the Father and the Son. So how we believe in the same God and they deny the Son and the Father? Those are not priests, those are the devil people. Here you notice in front of you that the Messiah will come and he will be a just ruler. Actually, the translation here is not correct. It says hakaman muqsitan, not just what ruler. He will be judge. And his judge is just. Isn't it this is one of the names of Allah? Al-Adil. Who is just? You Muslims, you claim. There's no just beside Allah. But your prophet just said that Jesus is just. You just call him God. Because no just can be exist except by the absolute justful, or let us say a person who can know everything about you. You cannot hide anything. In the same time, not only he can know and he knew about you, he will give you the perfect thing you deserve, the reward or penalty. That cannot be a human being. A human being cannot do that. So Jesus will come as a just ruler. And the Bible is saying that Jesus come to judge mankind. So if Jesus is the judge of mankind, so who is Allah? You must then believe that the one who will judge you in the judgment day is Allah, right? Oh, hold on. Plus Jesus. Because this is before the judgment day, supposedly. So according to your religion, there's only 2 persons in the whole religion of Islam. They can be judge and justice. That is Jesus plus Allah. Now we can prove that Allah cannot be just. Very easy. As an example, when we go and read the story of Al-Khudr, when Allah, he ordered his prophet Al-Khudr to kill a child for a crime he did not commit. If you remember, is that just? You kill me, you punish me for a crime I did not do? If you go to the Quran, chapter 18, chapter 18 is the comedy chapter. For anyone, he is in the age of 6 years old. It's perfect to make cartoon about it. So supposedly Allah, he sent Moses, the prophet of the Jews, to learn from someone he is higher than Moses. His name is Al-Khudr. And why his name is Al-Khudr? Because he drank from the fountain of life and then since then never die. Even if he sit in the grass and the grass is dry, the grass will become green. That's why they call him Mr. Green. Al-Khadr mean green, which is coming from the stories of the ancient Persian about a king who went around the world to look for the fountain of youth or the fountain of life, and he found it in Al-Bahrain. And this is what the Quran is saying. So Allah, he told Moses, go and take with you a whale, and when the whale disappear because he touched the fountain of youth or the fountain of life, he came back to life, and then this is where you will find Al-Khadr. So now Moses, he took a journey with Al-Khadr, and they took a boat, and then they went in a land, and then they forgot their whale, blah 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 blah, you know the story. But then they found a little kid who was playing. He's just a little boy. They killed him. Al-Khadr killed him, not Moses. Moses says to Al-Khadr, why you killed this innocent boy? He did nothing. Even the Quran says so. What have you slain an innocent soul? Okay, why he slew him? Let us see the justice of Allah. Then you go a few verses after, verse number 77, Al-Khadr, let us go to verse number 82. Al-Khadr explained why he slew him. He said, regarding the boy, in verse number 80, regarding the boy, his parents were believers, and we feared lest he should oppress them by rebellion and disbelief. Is that justice? You know, the Muslims, they always lie to us and say, we in Islam believe that no person should be punished unless he commit a crime first. This is why Allah will let you live until judgment day. Okay. And they say to us, only Allah knows the unseen. Okay. This is a boy who commit no crime. What is the reason to kill him? We feared. We feared he will commit a crime. Based on this, any child, we feared that he will be bad, we should kill him. Is that justice? And if this is a scenario, why only this child? That means every bad person should be killed when he is a child. Only this child is a problem? Stupid story by a stupid prophet, by Aka Muhammad, Allah, God. The Quran mentioned in many places that the soul will pay for its sin. Well, the soul did not pay, did not do any sin yet. And since when? He did not even confirm that he would do sin. He said, we feared. You kill a person, a human being, because you feared? Who is the one who told him to kill him? Allah. Allah, he feared that this child would do bad? Where is justice? The punishment come before the crime? So Allah cannot be just. And you know, we can mention millions of reasons in the Quran. Like, is it just that a man, he will go to heaven, he will have 80,000 little boys? Where is justice in that? Because a person, he prayed to his God, you will give him 80,000 little boy as a slave? Is that just? What is the fault of those boys? What they did exactly? Is it just to create boys to be slaves for eternity because there's a guy, he prayed to you 5 times a day? Is that justice? Is it just to create women, they are 6 Barbies, just because a man, he prayed for you 5 times a day? And he killed some Christians and Jews? Is it just to beat your wife? Is it just that you can divorce her, give her one word, and use her and abuse her when she is young, and when she is old, you get rid of her? Is that just? So Islam is absolutely a fraud religion, and Muslims, when they try to change the topic about the Quran, mistakes and error, and we were talking about scientific errors, then they talk about Jesus, if he is God or not. It's a big failure for you. And if we go back to the chapter the Muslim he was quoting for us from, you will see Jesus saying clearly, who is he? Timeless truth I speak to you, the hour is coming, and even now, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God. Yeah. What you will do with this? Why you quote for me verse number 30, you don't want to quote for me verse number 25. And the one who hear his voice, the Son of God, he shall live. Which means the one who believe in him. For just as the Father has life, has the life in himself, so he has given also the Son to have the life in himself. Why you did not quote this one for me? God exists by himself, so is the Son. But remember, he is quoting for us to say that Jesus is not equal. Now somebody might say to you that Jesus says, my Father is greater than I. Yeah, because the Bible says that God, he humbled himself, and he come to us in the image of a man. He take the flesh of a man. He humbled himself. This is a humble image of God. And read carefully. And he has given him the authority to do judgment, because he is a Son of Man. Do not be astonished at this. The Jews are looking, okay, they see in front of them a man, yet he is saying he is Son of God. He is saying, I am Son of Man, which means I am a God in the flesh. And he is saying to them, I have the authority of the Father, and everything the Father have, starting from, just as the Father has life in himself, so is the Son. For the hour is coming when all who are in the grave shall hear his voice. Everybody in the grave will hear the voice of Jesus. How that can be? And they shall come out. Those who have done good things to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil deeds to the resurrection of judgment. And then Jesus says, I cannot do anything of my own, because they want to look, they see a man in front of them. So he want to tell them, what I say and what I do is God within me. So he said to them, everything I do, everything is God. And this God is in the man who speaks to you, because the Jews, they see at the end of the day a man is speaking. And he said, I testify about myself. My testimony is not true. There are another who testify about me. And I know that his testimony which his testify for me is true. Like, who is this person? There's prophets. There is the Father himself, he testify, and he glorify the Son. So the Muslim, he quote a statement to prove a point, but he don't want to show you the rest of the statement. And the Father who has sent me, he testify for me. You have never heard his voice, and you have not seen his appearance. And his word is not abiding in you, but because you are not trusting him whom he has sent. All the Bible says that Jesus is God on earth, Jesus in the flesh, and then a Muslim, he come to us and he quote a verse saying, Jesus says, the Father who sent me. In the same time, who sent Allah? Who sent Allah? You see, if we go to the Quran is a very shallow, stupid book. Like even the stories here, like the chapter here we're talking about, I mean, this is the most rich chapter. Have you ever heard of a God? He report to us that this person, he found where the sun set, and he found it sitting in murky water. So let us say, for the sake of argument, Allah is the God of the Muhammadan. He is all-knowing. Allah knows best, as they say, but yet he do not know where the sun set. And then they start lying and saying to us, oh, this is Alexander the Great, he saw it this way. Read carefully. It is Allah talking. Till when he reached the sitting place of the sun. He is not saying until he reached a sitting place where he thought the sun is setting. No, he said until he reached the sitting place of the sun. And the one who's talking is Allah. He found it sitting in muddy water, spring. Okay. If Allah was not sent by God, and he is not a man to make a mistake, and he is not a messenger to make assumption, how come he is God, yet he say such a stupid statement? The Muslim will answer this to you. Still he will say to you, Jesus is not God, because this will solve the problem here, that there is a God, his name is Allah. He believed that the sun is sitting in murky water, because they can't answer. Right? House of Rich Saudi is saying the Christians in Arabia, they say Allah, and even they say Allahu Akbar. First of all, no, we don't say Allahu Akbar, and we will tell you what Allahu Akbar is. But yes, true, this is a Christian in the Middle East, they say the word Allah, but as we say, this is false, because they live under the Islamic occupation for 1400 years. This is why you will not find a Christian who is next door country using the word Allah. The second you leave Islamic countries, you will not find a Christian. Do the Christians in Greece, they use the word Allah? No. So why only where Muslims live? What happened? Did God's name change? So this is a false argument the Muslims, they give us because they are bankrupt. Same time, who care about the name? Let us say your God name is Jesus. Still he is a fraud. And we just approve it to you. Can you answer me, Mr. House of Rich Saudi? I don't know how rich you are, but still, you do not know how to read, how to write. Can you tell me, please, how God, he say the sun set in murky water, in muddy water spring? And he found, the guy, he found the sitting place of the sun? Where is that, where is the sitting place of the sun? Right? Where is the sitting place of the sun? Who is the Muslim who will answer us? The answer will say, the Muslim, they will answer this by talking about different topic. Christian, they say the word Allah, the Arabic Christian. Jesus, he pray to Allah. You see the bankruptcy? Okay, even the Arab Christian who use the word Allah, they pray to the Son of God. Is that your Allah? Jesus. Let's go with the argument. The Christian, they believe that Jesus is God. Okay. Let me show you your book, just to show you how ignorant you are. Even your God, he help us to get you busted. First of all, have you ever heard that there's a God who do not know even what the Christian believe? One verse, Allah, he says, the Christian believe that the Messiah is Allah. Other verse, he says, no, they believe in the Trinity. Which one is correct? Because you cannot have both correct. Any Muslim can help us? According to Islam, the Muslims believe. Do the Christian believe that Jesus is one of three, or Jesus is Allah? Any Muslim? You have a God who is drunk. They indeed have this belief who say, Lu, Allah is the Messiah. Okay, hold on. Guys, hey, Muslims, who accept this statement? Because if the Christian believe that Allah is the Messiah, who is the second person and who is the third person? Who is a Muslim wanna help me? This is a challenge for you, not for me. This is your religion. I'm listening. The Quran says that the Christian believe the Messiah is Allah. Wonderful. Who is the second person and who is the third person? Don't you know, Muslims, that we believe in a Trinity? Wonderful. The Messiah is Allah. We knew now who is the Messiah according to the Quran. This is what the Christian believe, Allah is saying. Who is the second person and who is the third person? Who want to help us? Read Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Okay, give me the answer. Guys, read Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is their God. I mean, the funny is, they say to us the Quran says, وَفَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا, and we made this book with the great details, and then they say to us, in order to understand, read Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is a person came 800 years after Muhammad. Why you don't tell me what your Quran is saying? Aren't you a Muslim? Tell me what Ibn Kathir is saying so we can laugh. I mean, how simple the question is. Still, even this one you need Ibn Kathir to tell you? Okay, tell me what Ibn Kathir said, because obviously you don't have an answer. If Jesus is Allah, who is the second person and who is the third person? Any Abdul? So either you have to admit that the one who wrote the Quran is an idiot, stupid, you do not understand the Trinity, or you have to admit that this is not a book of God. This is corruption. Allah did not say that. Which one? Huh? Ibrahim, what did this have to do with my topic? Focus with me, Ibrahim. Eating too much boiled eggs will make you fart too much. And this is what you are doing right now. Focus with me. If Jesus is Allah, according to the Quran, and this is the Christian belief, who is the second person and who is the third person? I mean, why it's impossible to give me the answer? I mean, why it's hard? What's wrong? The Christian believe that the Messiah is Allah. The Quran saying that, not me. And by the way, we don't. That is a stupid statement made by your God, supposedly. So now solve it. Look how many Muslims we have. Not a single Muslim can answer. Can you show me what's wrong with chapter 5:17? Well, I just showed you wrong, idiot. If we Christian believe that Allah is the Messiah, that means we believe only in one God as one person. So the other verse in the Quran saying the Christian believe in a Trinity is a lie. Because if we believe in a Trinity, count the Trinity for me. Who are the three we believe in? Three, they are one God. Here it says the Messiah is Allah. Okay, give me the other names. Who is the second person, who is person of God, and the third person? If we go in the Quran right now, the yellow pages of Muhammad, we will find this. Chapter 5, verse number 73. Surely disbelieve those who say Allah is a third of a three. Here we go. Now the story became more complicated and more stupid. The Christian believe that Allah is a third of a three. Okay. The other verse, this is chapter 5, verse number 73. The same chapter 5, verse number 17, saying the Christian believe that the Messiah is Allah. Who is the second person? Who is the third person? Any Muslim? I mean, do you see even the question how simple it is? Now what they will pose for us, they will say Jesus is not God. Anything you ask them, they will say Jesus is God. You show them mistake in the science, Jesus is not God. You show them the sun sitting in murky water, oh, Jesus is not God. You show them that Allah, He sent hail from mountains in heaven and He break it with His sledgehammer, Jesus is not God. Okay, we will go with you. So Jesus, the Christian, believe that the Messiah is Allah. This is what the Quran is saying. In chapter 5 verse 17, they indeed have this belief who say, Lu, Allah is the Messiah. Okay, we got it. And then in the same chapter, not even in different chapter, verse number 73, surely this belief who say, Lu, Allah is the third of the three. Who are they, the second and the third, or the first? Ibrahim, look at this deep answer. Look at this. This is deep. This is really deep. Hold on. Get actual Quran, not fake website, understand? Yeah, Ibrahim, I think the diet you are eating is very Islamic. That's deep, my friend. Get the actual Quran, not the website, fake website. Okay, Ibrahim, why you don't give me the actual answer instead of crying about fake website? This is your Muslim website. So give me give me the answer. I'm asking you. I mean, I don't know what they eat, those people. This is a fake website now. This is Quran in front of you. لَقَدْ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ ثَالِثَ ثَلَاثَةٍ. They are kuffar, those who say Allah is a third of the three. Okay, wonderful. So if the Messiah is Allah, who is the second and who is the third? And by the way, Quran is very much connected to each other. Look at the topic. So we speak about Jesus in the beginning, suddenly we go and we talk about blah blah blah, hummus falafel, and then we remember him after 73 verse. You see that much connection? Just to show you how Islamic logic work. Forget about those ignorant who do not know anything about the religion. What about the educated one? Listen carefully. This is the one who come and they put him in the stage to teach them about Allah. And the Muslim like, whoa, he is genius. You want to understand the meaning of genius? Listen to this. And try not to laugh.
Even the messenger had to accept Islam. Like, you know, when you say somebody...
The messenger, he has to accept Islam, brother. Brother and sisters, even the messenger have to accept Islam, brother. What? Brothers and sisters, even the messenger have to accept Islam. I mean, that's deep. That's deep. That's even beyond imagination. The messenger himself, he has to accept Islam. Even him. That's far beyond spaceship and Star Trek war. Who is the one who watched IP Man? What IP Man can do here? He will flip in the air. Like, even the messenger, he accepted Islam. Okay, what else?
Somebody converted to Islam.
The messenger, he converted to Islam.
He reverted to Islam. Somebody took Shahada. Well, the Messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim. When the angel came.
Okay, hold on. Guys, be my witness. Be my witness and see how they do poo-poo live on air. He just said that the Prophet became a Muslim. So what was his religion before he became a Muslim? Anyone? People, did he just say the Prophet, he became a Muslim after the angel came to him? Wonderful. So Muhammad now is 40 years old. He is married to Khadija, who had a bunch of husbands before him. She changed husbands as she changed shoes. She married the guy, she killed him, she take his money. Second guy, we marry him, we take his money. Muhammad, he married her, he killed her, he take her money. Okay. So now Muhammad is over 40 years old, and the angel came to him, and now he became a Muslim, and this is from the mouth of this guy in front of you. What was his religion for the last 40 years? Be my witness. They lie to us. They say he was Abrahamic, but isn't it Abraham is a Muslim, they say? But he just said he wasn't a Muslim. Let me play it again for the one who is maybe slow. Huh?
Well, the Messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim when the angel came. And that moment was a big moment.
Taimur, I control your prophet tail, not my tongue. What you can do about it? I don't control my tongue. What you can do about it? What you can do about it? Control your tongue. I mean, look who is talking. He is following a prophet who says the one who is proud about his father, tell him to go and bite the penis of your father. Lick the clitoris of Allah. Calling people dogs and cats and najis and filthy and kuffar. Control your tongue. That's deep. Are you making a threat to me? And obviously your threat is working. Very much. And I'm very terrified. Guys, I have to go. Taimur, he said to me, control your tongue. I mean, if Taimur, he make poo-poo, who is going to whip his bum? The prophet. So listen carefully. The prophet, he just converted to Islam. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! So what was his religion before? It's not me who's saying that.
In the third person to honor him, alayhi salatu wasalam. The messenger is not just any messenger.
He's not any messenger. The falafel is not any falafel. The donkey is not any donkey. The car is not any car. Mosquito is not any mosquito. Muhammad is not any Muhammad. That's deep. That's so deep. So beautiful. Okay.
The messenger believed. And Allah is letting him know that when Jibreel first came, alayhi salam.
And look how he point his hand from, like he's coming from above. Hey, Abdul, the earth is round. So what is above now, it is down after a few hours. I mean, what do you mean by like coming from up? Like, you know, he's pointing his finger like he come down. Where did he come down from where? From where? The earth isn't flat. He come down from where? Where is Allah? In which direction, like come down? Guess what? If you come to him at night time, he come from below, not from above. Because simply the earth is below, the sun is coming above it, and that's mean the angel is not coming from above, he's coming from below. Continue.
When Jibreel first came, even the messenger had to accept Islam.
I need to take a break. That's too much heavy for me. Brothers and sisters, we discover today that the Prophet, even himself, he have to accept Islam. Brothers and sisters, the Prophet, he had to say Shahada. And by the way, do you know that the Shahada is created long after Muhammad became a prophet? Ask this guy. When is the first time the word Shahada mentioned? Now let's continue. So the Prophet, now he became a Muslim. So who is the Muslim who is going to help us to tell us what was the religion of Muhammad before he became a Muslim? He is 40 years old. The Jibreel, the angel, he come to squeeze him. He squeezed him 3 times and no mayonnaise coming out. I mean, no Muslim can answer us why in the world he was squeezing him. Like, what this is squeeze for? Squeeze, what? 3 times. I mean, you Muslims are against the Trinity, and yet everything in Islam is 3 times. The Prophet, he wash his hand 3 times. The Prophet say Assalamu alaikum 3 times. The Prophet take oath 3 times. The Prophet, he wash his face 3 times. The Prophet say things 3 times. Everything is 3 times. But yet we are the people who believe in the Trinity, and you don't. Okay. So now the Prophet became a Muslim. How this happened? Tell us.
Like, you know, when you say somebody converted to Islam, somebody reverted to Islam, somebody took Shahada. Well, the Messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim when the angel came.
This is gold, by the way. This is gold. You see, a donkey, he is a genius when he speaks to a bunch of fool. I just open the video, I listen to 2 words, I start laughing. I did not even hear the whole speech. I just click, I don't know, the video is 2 hours. 2 hours and 7 minutes. I just like click here, talk, bingo, skip it. So what will happen if I continue playing this video? We will die laughing. So now the Prophet became a Muslim after that Jibreel, he squeezed him. Who is a Muslim in the chat will help us tell us what was the religion of the Prophet before Islam. Any Muslim can tell me? Listen to Zakir Naik. Oh, Taimur is saying to me, listen to Zakir Naik. Okay, let's call Zakir Naik. I mean, if I don't, me myself, I am the last one who will avoid Zakir Naik. Trust me. Zakir Naik is my favorite. I mean, he is the best, actually. He is the genius. So, if this is your genius, who is your fool? Are you sure you want me to listen to Zakir Naik? Really? Let us call Zakir Naik. He's not answering. I don't know. Let me call him in the other number. I would call him in his grandma number. Or his old wife, Khadija. You know, the old wife, she have an old phone, you know, like the one, yeah. Huh. Let us call him there. Maybe we can find him. And because, you know, in Islam, you have to have, like, you can, if you are a prophet, you can have 13 wives, and each one you give her turn. Yeah, very organized mafia. Christian Prince. Who is this? I am the assistant of Zakir Naik, and he is not busy, he cannot talk to you. Please, I want to talk to him, man. Don't do that to me. There's 1,000 people waiting. Christian Prince, I just heard the conversation, and I'm going to get you busted. Zakir Naik, thank you for, I think, this guy, he didn't want to give me a talk to you. I mean, this is not fair. Exactly. And now I'm going to give you what you deserve. Oh, okay. Zakir Naik, the guy in the video, first of all, I don't listen to guys. I like to listen to girls. If you have an audio of a girl, I will listen to her. Hey, Zakir Naik, it's a guy. What I can do? I mean, you can change his gender later. Is that okay? I mean, just for this time. Next time we will play for you an audio of a girl. Okay, Captain Prince. First of all, you have to be careful. I am Zakir Naik and I'm sexy and you know it. Okay. What this have to do with our topic? I mean, you are sexy and we know it. I mean, for sure we know it. I mean, nobody can deny that. Again, I got you busted. I like it. Okay, what is the question? This guy, he said, with guy, Nouman Khan. First of all, Nouman Khan is not a Muslim. And he's not a Muslim. Hey, what is not a Muslim? This guy, he have a institution and you Muslim invite him, you put him in the stage, and even he took off his t-shirt to girls to show his breast. It's very good practice to a Muslim. Exactly. In Islam, you cannot do that. In Islam, you can throw other stuff, but not your breast. Yeah. But isn't the Prophet, he says a woman, she can give her breast to do breastfeeding for adult? See, the women, we Muslims are very conservative. A woman, he can give her breast, but he cannot give her hand. That's amazing. I cannot shake hand with her, but I can suckle her breast. That is really a high technique religion. Christian Prince, it's very hard for you to understand because you are not a Muslim and you are stupid. I mean, what kind of religion believe that 1 + 1 + 1 is equal to 1? Stupid. I get you busted. Zakir Naik, I mean, we don't believe in 1 + 1 + 1, but what does have to do with our topic? Can I play for you the audio so you can listen to it? Christian Prince, I was listening to you and I know the audio. Okay, what the audio say? It's an audio. What? What the audio say? I just told you, it's an audio. Yeah, I know, but I mean, what the guy in the audio is saying. Christian Prince, I got you busted, and you are in trouble. I just told you, it's an audio. Yep. Hold on. We knew it's an audio, but what the audio is saying, this is the question now, because you need to answer what he's saying. We knew it's an audio. I told you I will play an audio for him. Christian Prince, you can't fool me. I'm very smart, and I'm very smart from every Christian. All of you are crazy people. Okay, Zach. Okay. So now you get me busted. It's an audio. How you can answer the guy? Christian Prince, you are stupid. Why? What is the question? You stupid! I just told you, let me play the audio so you can hear the question. You told me I know it's an audio, and now you are saying to me I'm stupid because he did not play it for you. What's wrong with you, Zach and I mean, come on, Christian Prince. I'm not kidding with you. I'm playing with you. I know it's an audio, and I don't know what he's saying. Okay, play for the audio. Okay, Zach and I, thank you very much. By the way, I really appreciate your time. Exactly. My time is made from gold. And by the way, my house is made in silver in heaven. And Allah will give me a lot of version. Okay, but this is a different topic now. So let us hear what this guy said in the audio. Can we? Okay, Christian Prince. Tell me what he said in the audio. Okay.
Happening at the end of the surah. By the way, what did I say? Did this whole surah come down at the same time? It took a long time, yeah? So when it takes a long time, are there other surahs that are being revealed at the same time? In the middle. So you could think of it like there are multiple open projects. No one of them is finished. And when some ayat come down, the Prophet knows, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these are...
Oh, sorry, Zakir Naik. I skipped some too much behind. So I'm going to go. Let me fix it. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go.
This is an incredible scene. And when Rasulullah ﷺ goes up to meet with Allah, Allah first came.
Oh, here we go.
Even the messenger had to accept Islam. Like, you know, we say somebody converted to Islam, somebody reverted to Islam, somebody took Shahada. Well, the messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim when the angel came.
Zakir Naik. Nu'man Khan, he just said that the Prophet, he became a Muslim when the angel came. What was his religion before that day? Christian Prince, first of all, Jesus is not God. And I can prove it very easy. Zakir, hold on. We are not talking about Jesus. The question is very simple. Before Muhammad became a Muslim, this is what he said. He is at the age of 40. The angel, he came and he squeezed him 3 times. And for sure, at that moment, we can assure you Muhammad is so dry. I mean, after squeezing 3 times by an angel, you can imagine. What was his religion before that day? Christian Prince, first of all, America is evil. And American, when they voted for Trump, they became so evil. And they became white supremacists. Exactly. Like, what white supremacist and Trump have to do with the question? The question is, what was the religion of Muhammad before he became a Muslim? He's 40 years old now, and he became a Muslim. What was his religion before that moment? Christian Prince, I'm going to answer you. First of all, show me your face. Zakir Naik, why you want to see my face now? What does this have to do with the topic? Christian Prince, I got you busted. You are losing your patent. Yeah, I get, you know, the Christians, they are so proud about you that you have too much patent. You have no patent. Here we go. I'm playing for you. What's wrong with you? Okay, Zakir, okay. I'm learning from you. So now where is the answer? The Prophet, he just became a Muslim. He is 40 years old. The angel squeezed him 3 times. And now he accepted Islam. What was his religion before that day? Christian Prince. The Prophet, he used to worship Allah. But the guy, he just said, he just became a Muslim. So, you worship Allah, yet you are not a Muslim? Exactly. As an example, I have a friend, he's a Hindu. And he worships Allah. Okay, how he is a Hindu and he worships Allah? I will tell you. He have his mother-in-law, her name is Allah. And when he see her, he bow down in front of her. And this is the act of worship to the name of Allah. But he is bowing down to his mother-in-law. Her name is Allah. Exactly. But what does this have to do with Allah? How? Zakir, focus with me. Muhammad just accepted Islam. What was his religion before that day? Christian Prince, you are very slow. I'm sorry, I have to go. Where are you going, man? I want the answer. I mean, after 15 minutes talking to you and 10 minutes talking to your assistant, and then you want to hear an audio of a girl, not a guy, and all this drama, and now the question is there, and you don't want to answer. Any Muslim you think can answer? First of all, we Muslim, it is haram for us to talk to someone like you. It's haram. So why you go to... they invite you to the University of Oxford. They are kuffar. Why you are talking to them? First of all, I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to themselves. Because according to the study, nobody understands the English I was using. Zakir Naik, forget about my question. I give up. Is it true that you are banned to go to India because you spread corona for your spitting machine? Exactly. Wherever I go, people, they open umbrella. Alhamdulillah. Don't call me again. Okay, we go back now. Zakir Naik is gone. I mean, I don't know how we can deal with Zakir Naik going in an airplane in the time of Corona. Any Muslim can answer? Don't forget to subscribe if you did not yet, and don't forget to unsubscribe if you are subscribed already, because according to Islam, Allah will double the bad deeds by doing good deed. So look this. Let me teach you how to make your account with Allah big. Subscribe. Allah will take one deed from you, down, minus. You unsubscribe. Allah will give you 2. That's deep. That is how true religion is. I subscribe to Christian Prince, Allah take one deed. I unsubscribe, Allah give me 2 deeds. So I won 1 in a fraud. So now, if there's any Muslim want to tell us what's happening? Muhammad, he became a Muslim at the age of 40. And this is the video in front of you. It's called, Why We Ask Allah Tafsir. What the name of the video? Look at the name of the video. Oh boy. I'm very disappointed. So 2 hours and 7-minute videos to explain the last 2 verses in the chapter of Al-Baqarah. That's deep. That is getting even more deep. 2 hours and 7 minutes. And he can't give you tafsir. He's asking Allah. We ask Allah tafsir for the last 2 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. I want to go to the chapter of Al-Baqarah. Hold on. The last 2 verses? Are you sure? Okay, I want to go there. I want to see why we need 2 hours and yet we don't understand them, because he's saying we ask Allah. Look, I'm flipping the Quran. Okay. He's right. He's explaining. That's why he's saying the Prophet, he became a Muslim. One day I will die from laughing, honestly. I will have a heart attack and then the Muslim, they will say, Allah killed him. No, Abdul, heart attack is very normal. Very, very normal. Cancer is very normal too. So don't tell me Allah killed me. I mean, come on. So he is explaining to us how Allah became a Muslim. 2 hours. Okay. And it says here, we don't differentiate between his messengers. Muslims, do you agree with that? And we make no distinctions between any of his messengers. So why you Muslim, you say Muhammad is the best of the prophets? Why you say he is the highest of the prophet? If Allah don't distinguish between them. And which verse is correct, this one or not? The verse saying we don't distinguish. This verse says the opposite. What a stupid religion. Notice until now, not a single Muslim can answer any of the questions, which is very simple. Like, if the Quran says that in chapter 5 verse 17 that the Christian believe that Jesus is Allah, who is the second and who is the third? No answer. If the Quran says in the same chapter 573 that Allah, the Christian, they believe in three, who are the three then? No answer. And now we are reading chapter 2. I mean, look at this stupid Quran, man. This is Quran, chapter 285. It's saying we don't distinguish any of the messenger from other messengers. So what this chapter here, chapter 2, the same chapter, chapter 2, verse number 253. It says that we made them, no, we differentiate. There is higher messenger and lower messengers. Read carefully. Of those messengers, some whom we have caused to excel others. Do you see it? The same chapter, it says we don't make anyone excel on the others. Let us go back to the video. Actually, I want to read the comment. I mean, the comment of the Muhammadan. It's made by the genius Allah himself. I mean, the Muhammadan comments in YouTube. It's amazing. I really love it. I cannot really believe how much deep their knowledge is. Not only they do not know their belief, they do not know our belief. I mean, I think that actually Muslims, they knew about our belief more than they knew about our belief. Somehow. Like, if you ask a Muslim what the Christian believe, they will say to you, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay, why does stupid Quran don't know that? Very simple. We don't know. Now look at this genius. His name is Don Wanger. They use American names. Okay, he is quoting for you somewhere where he getting you busted. Look at this disaster. Matthew 7:22-23. On that day, they will say to me, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we cast out demon in your name? And do many might work in your name? And then he say to them, and then I shall declare to them, never knew you. Depart from me, you work of lawlessness. Abdul, you just confirmed that Jesus is God. You see, the funny, the Muslim, they say to us, show me one verse Jesus says, I am God, worship me. With the verse in the front of you. The verse literally in the front of you. What people are calling Jesus? God, God. Okay. And what those people do? They prophesy in his name. Okay, how he is a prophet and they prophesy in the name of a prophet? Don't force me to call Zakir Naik again. We will go crazy. So you are posting for me this verse to prove that Jesus is not God. Big success. Well, Jesus said, many in that day will say to me, God, God. And they prophesy in his name and they did miracles. But there's many, they will go to heaven and they call Jesus God. You see, one of the things I like about Muslims, that in order to defend their cult, they go right away to speak about Jesus. They cannot answer us about their God, their stupid religion, their fabricated Quran, the stupidity in the Quran. So in order to run away from that topic, we change the topic and we talk about Jesus, if he is God or not. But listen carefully. If Jesus is God or not, that will not change the fact that your prophet is a fraud. So why you are going there? Let us say, for the sake of argument, that he is not God. Still, your prophet is a joke, or we are laughing at him. As simple as that. What kind of God he say what he say? God don't speak foolishness. God don't contradict himself. God don't say stupid things. But your God is a person who say stupid things. But here I will show you, Christians, something very important. Did you notice something in the verse? Did you notice something in the verse? Did you notice what's happening there? The person he posed for us, the English Standard Version translation, correct? The English Standard Version translation. It says here, on that day, many they will say to me, Lord, Lord. Take a note. This is the English Standard Version. We go to verse number 22. And let us see what the verse is saying. He quote for us verse number 22, right? On that day, many they will say to me. But he did not quote for us verse number 21. Why? Because this verse confirmed that Jesus is God. Is it possible that a Muslim, he opened the Bible, he saw right away in his face, in the page, only one verses or two verses like 22, 23, and he did not notice verse number 21? Or he did skip it in purpose? He skipped it because he is practicing fraud. Not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do or does his will. That means there's many, they say to me, Lord, Lord, worshiping me. What they are calling Jesus? God, God. And yet those liars, they say to you, where Jesus says, I am God, worship me. They are worshiping him in front of you. And Jesus saying, there is many they will say to me, but not all of them they will go to heaven. Which means many they will go, and many they will not. Many they will say. Billions they will say to Jesus, God, God, we worship you. So what all of them they will recite, they will call Jesus God. All of those people, they share one prayer. They call Jesus God and they call him Lord, Lord. That's wonderful. Are they all going to go to heaven? No. Some. Some of those who call Jesus God, God, will go to heaven. Thank you very much. So the condition to go to heaven is to call Jesus God, not a prophet. We have Mr. Hamza is saying, I am making up explanation for the Quran. I will go back to you, Mr. Hamza. No problem. Give me a second. I just took a selfie for you. Smile. Okay, I will come back to you. So Christians, if a Muslim, he asks you, show me one verse that Jesus said, I am God, worship him, worship me. The same verses the Muslim, they are posting for us, Jesus saying, I am God, worship me. Because calling Jesus God, God is an act of worship. Do you agree? Just by calling him God, you are worshiping him. You don't call anyone except God by such a word. So by calling Jesus God, God, you are worshiping Jesus. And Jesus making it clear, yes, you have to say to me God, God, in order to go to heaven. But not everyone say it will go to heaven, because we are not the same as Muslims who say Shahada and we lie to each other. Hypocrite will not. So not everyone says to me God, 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 Lord, Jehovah, Yahweh, will enter the kingdom of the heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father. And here, this is a proof that we Christians, we have a free will. And this is separate us again from the cult of Muhammad, because Muhammad don't believe in a free will. Actually, the hadith says, Muhammad said, don't associate and don't sit and don't talk and don't greet those who say or believe in free will. Don't sit with them. They are kuffar. So the verse you are quoting for me, proving to me that Jesus is God. Thank you very much. And he is saying, worship me. And not only that, the verse confirmed that people, they do prophesy in his name. Do you prophesy in the name of a prophet? If you are a follower of a prophet, you become prophet too? No. Here it says, we prophesy in your name. And not only that, we did cast demon in your name. By the name of Jesus, you can cast demon. Muhammad himself, he have a demon. According to you Muslims, you don't believe in demons. You believe that genie bewitched him, shaitan. He took some hair from his bum and he controlled him by taking some hair from his bum, which is very common to use at that time. I mean, taking hair from the bum, the best remote control. So in Jesus' name, you can cast demon out. In Muhammad's name, demon will dance inside you. Do you see it? And then, not only that, we made mighty work. Here, this is a word about miracles. We made miracles in your name. By the name of Jesus, you can do miracles. Still, Jesus says to them, I don't know you. Why? Because you are a hypocrite. You are not doing the will of my Father. So you worship me by words, by your tongue, and you curse me by your heart. You are using my name. Now we go back to Mr. Hamza. Hey, Mr. Hamza, I'm thinking to make you an admin. What do you think? I mean, seriously, you're a genius. And I need you. I mean, we can, you know, we can play around and say like, okay, but we need someone like you. I can't believe it that you are here. I mean, your majesty, you lower yourself to join us with your all in your intelligence. Look at this. Christian Prince, you are making up explanation of the Quran. The Quran is that the translation is not accurate, as Arabic cannot translate it straightforwardly. Genius. So how you understand the Quran yourself? As long as you just say it, Islamic translation for the Quran, all of it is a fraud. So how a Muslim from Pakistan, he prayed to Allah and he recited the Quran and he understands the Quran, yet he don't speak Arabic? I'm waiting for your answer, Hamza. Hamza, are you there? So let us say my name is Zakir Naik from Bangladesh, and I don't speak Arabic, and now I want to understand the Quran, but translation is a fraud. As you said, Muslim, they lie. Okay, so how I can understand this religion, Hamza? Hamza, what happened to you? Where you go? Oh wait, I'm replying. That's deep. See, this is a sign of a wise person. Wait, I'm replying. His brain like now he's pushing more gas, and now the answer will come, and the answer will mute you, will destroy you. Just wait, it's coming. Hamza, all of this you're replying. Where did I reply? All of this, I mean, you have time to type for me, I'm replying, but I don't see your reply. Where is the reply? It must be very deep. I mean, really deep. You're digging down, don't you? We have people who explain the Quran, who know Arabic, like Marjas of our time. What is Marjas? I don't know. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go with you. Guys, we have people who explain the Quran for us. Okay, Hamza, the Sheikh, he was explaining the Quran for you. He said the Prophet became a Muslim after the angel came to him, squeezed him. So what was the religion of the Prophet? Did we go back to zero? we have people who explain the Quran. Okay, I'm listening to them. And by the way, I agree, Islamic translation is a fraud. You are right. That's why I'm here, to teach those people. They cannot read Arabic. So I'm going with you now. Okay. The Prophet, he was not a Muslim until the age of 40. This is what Nu'man Khan, he said. And this is the video. It was in the moment 23. Let me play it for you. You see it? Listen carefully.
And that moment was a big moment. When the angel came, he has no idea what's going on. He has no clue what Jibreel first came. Even the messenger, see, if you're talking to someone, if I talk to you, if you're, for example, a professor, I say, you are sitting here. I don't say the professor is sitting here. Because if I'm talking to you, I use the second person. I don't use the third person.
So Allah was using third person, why? Anyway, we go to the moment 23, hold on.
Well, the Messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim when the angel came.
So Hamza, the Prophet, he became a Muslim when the angel came. What was the religion of the Prophet before the angel came? Any Muslim can answer? Anyone? I mean, notice we played from this video not even few seconds, and yet the Muslim, they cannot answer. I mean, what make you a Muslim? If you cannot answer anything, your guy, not me, he just said the Prophet, he accepted Islam after the angel came to him. What was the religion of your Prophet before that point? He was worshipping the black stone, kissing it. What do you mean just reply? You said to me there's people who explain it? Okay, tell me how the people explain it. Go ahead. Guys, there's people explain this verse for you. Okay. Tell me what the explanation. The Prophet, he became a Muslim now. The angel, he just came to him. He squeezed him. And now the Prophet became a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Okay, genius.
Well, the Messenger ﷺ also had to, in a sense, become Muslim.
Look what this Muslim saying. Abdullah saying that his religion was Hanifa. Okay, hold on. Is it Hanifa is a Muslim too? Supposedly. But he just said he became a Muslim. This person tried to fix it. He made it more blind. That's mean Muhammad is a liar. And you Muslims are lying to us about Muhammad was a Hanifa. And by the way, the word Hanif mean kafir. Hanif is an Aramaic word, mean kafir. So he was a Hanif, I agree. You're ignorant. You call your prophet Hanif? Hanif is a kafir. But because you do not know what the word means. So if you mean Hanif was following Abraham, well, Abraham was a Muslim. But we just heard this guy saying that your prophet became a Muslim after the angel came. Can you try something better? Who is a Muslim can be smarter? Until now, all the Muslims, they fail. If Muhammad was following Abraham, Well, supposedly that means he was a Muslim, because Muslim, they claim that Abraham was a Muslim. And now he just said, we heard him, that the Prophet, now he accepted Islam, and he was explaining the Quran. And the Quran saying that the Prophet, now he believed in Allah. Anyone? Nobody? Very disappointing. This religion have no answers for anything, even simple ones. We asked them, the Quran says the Messiah, the Christian, they believe the Messiah is Allah. We asked them who is the second person, the third person in the Trinity, they have no answer. We say to them in different verse in the Quran, the same chapter 5 verse 73 says Allah is, the Christian believe that Allah is one of the three. We have someone, his name is Digital Clip. Digital Clip, he's saying, I mean, this guy is a genius too. Look how deep this is. Man, you know what, Digital, I think you are a digital and you are coming from the alien as a message for us. I mean, I don't know, somehow I feel like you are an alien message. You are not, I mean, not a human. Oh, I mean, why I'm surprised, your name is Digital Clips. So you stupid. If you feel pity for people who they have obsessed with religion, what are you doing here? I mean, you must be a certified donkey to enter a place you are not interested. Are you obsessed? Why you enter this chat? I hate religion. I don't like religion, but I'm going to enter to listen about religion. Are you okay, my friend? I mean, are you saying maybe your mother-in-law, she kicked you out of the house and you do not know where to go? You find my room open and you say, let me get here. Are you homeless, hopeless? Did your wife, she force you to wash dishes? You're a genius, man. But please don't have kids. I mean, one of you is enough. I mean, one digital is enough. Too much digital, that will make a digital world. Idiot. And now we understand why the Chinese, they say he lived as a donkey, never come back as a horse. I mean, it makes sense now. Before it doesn't. Now only it makes sense. The angel came and squeezed the prophet 3 times, and now the prophet became a prophet. So what the religion of the prophet was? He was a Muslim. But you just said now he became a Muslim. He was a Muslim and then he became a Muslim. Or he became a Muslim twice. Very convincing. Any Muhammadan? Guys, why we have 975? Yeah, because this is the wrong time. You know, usually I go in different time. Yeah, but I'm trying to change the time so, you know, we reach to different galaxy in the digital world. You know, I like to go to the world of Joe Biden. Like, you know the thing. Like, you know, guys, if we ask Joe Biden to explain what this guy is saying, let us ask Joe Biden the question. Hey, Joe Biden. I mean, you know the thing. So can you explain to us what this guy is saying, that the prophet became a prophet after he became a prophet, became a Muslim? First, if you don't vote for me, you are not black. Joe Biden, focus with me. The question is about the prophet. He became a Muslim after the angel come to him. So what was his religion? And first, let me introduce myself. I'm Joe Biden's husband. Joe, hold on. Focus with me. Focus. I mean, how in the world we get a digital president? His election was a digital win. Digital fraud. I mean, who in the world want to vote for this guy? You know the thing. Imagine we give Joe Biden a channel to explain things to us. How many, you know the thing he will say in a second. I mean, look how deep this answer. You know the thing. By the way, you can get away with a lot of things if you are married. Your wife, she come to you, you say, where you been? You say, you know the thing. Right away, she will be convinced. I mean, immediately she will be convinced, especially with, you know, she might use some high heels, you know, upon you. Do we have any Muslim want to say something to us? Like, you know the thing? Anyone? Hey, Hamza, are you there? You know the thing? Okay, Samir, don't repeat, guys. Don't repeat the text. We have a topic. The Prophet, he became a Muslim. Now, skip this one. I mean, forget about this one, man. This is boring. We repeat the same thing and Muslims have no answer. Can we go to something else? Let us go to something else. Listen carefully.
When the angel came. And that moment was a big moment.
Big moment.
When the angel came, he has no idea what's going on.
He has no idea. I mean, we have to be careful here. The Prophet, he has no idea what's going on. Okay, how the Prophet, he got an idea? His wife, she took him from his hand like a kid. She took him to the Waraqa of the Nawfal. He is supposedly Christian. She told him, tell Waraqa what happened to you, okay? And Muhammad, he says, okay, mama. And Muhammad started telling Waraqa what happened to him. Now, Waraqa is not the guy who been squeezed 3 times, no. Is not the guy who saw the other guy, no. Is not the guy who heard the other guy, no. But he was able to know that this is Jibreel. The Prophet is the last one to know that he was a prophet. He have no idea. Hey, Muhammad, do you know what's going on? I have no idea. Hey, Muhammad, you became a prophet. I have no idea. Hey, Muhammad, you've been squeezed by Allah. I have no idea. Hey, Muhammad, I'm going to show you that you became a prophet for real. I have no idea. Okay, let us take you to Waraqa ibn Nawfal. He will tell you, I have no idea. He went to Waraqa ibn Nawfal and suddenly he have an idea. That's deep. I mean, think about it, but don't think too much. Look at his eyes are closed. I mean, this is deep. Look at the deep thinker. The Prophet have no idea. Okay, what happened?
He has no clue what this is yet. Yes. And he's being shaken and he's being told, Iqra, read. He has.
What he told him? The guy was shaking him. By the way, why you are lying? It says to squeeze him. What's shaking him? What, he's black paper now? Black paper container in the dish, like chick, and no black paper. I mean, what do you mean shake him? Don't speak dirty. He did not shake him, he squeezed him. Shame on you. So the Prophet is being, according to him, being shaking him, and he said to him, read. Okay, well, why he's saying to him, read first of all? Then shouldn't you give him a book to read first? That's deep. I'm not sure how many of you will convert to Islam now. This is my worry. You know, last time I went to India, I was invited by Zakir Naik, and I made a mistake. I told them, do you know, I was speaking to the Hindus, you know, I thought I'm going to make them don't like Islam, you know, but mistake, what you can do. Sometimes you do stupid things, what you can do, you know. I thought only Allah does stupid things, but look like we do too. So anyway, so I told those Hindu, you know, I was in the big stadium. This is a true story, by the way, true story. I have no witnesses for it, but don't ask me where it's happened. Don't ask me for the date, and don't ask me if I have a video for it. But it's true story. I assure you, true story. Like there's 10, 20 million Hindus listening to me, you know. So I told those Hindus, because I want them not to believe in Islam, you know. I told them, do you know that the biggest chapter in the Quran, I regret that day. I mean, why I want to tell you that? Because if I tell you this now, they will use it against me about a mistake I did in my life, and I was a reason for many to convert to Islam. I should not. So I told them, do you know you know. And I was like, sure, like, you know, like when you are full, like you don't know what you are talking about, and you suppose you are being genius and smart, and I'm trying to make the Hindus not to believe in Islam. So I told him, do you know that the biggest chapter in the Quran is this chapter? Man, oh man. The second I said to them the cow chapter, everybody say Shahada. Big mistake. I mean, I will never do that again. Shouldn't you tell us why first the chapter is called the chapter of the cow? For the sake of the cow? I mean, what's wrong with you Muslims? Even the chapter called cow, why? Oh, because there's a miracle there. What happened? Okay, there's a guy, he killed other guy, okay? And then Allah, Musa, he talked to Allah, and he said to him, Allah, tell me who killed this guy. Allah told him to get some beef of the beef and the testicles of the cow and hit the dead guy with it. And then he started hitting the guy, and then he come back to life. And then they ask him, who killed you? He said, Christian Prince. And then he died right away. And because of that, we call it the cow chapter. That's deep. That is religion. That is a story must come in from God. I mean, you might believe, not believe, maybe you're an atheist, I don't care. But this is deep. How in the world a human being can deny such a story? You know, Jesus, he said to the dead man who is dead for 3 days, come from the grave, he come from the grave. Allah, to raise you from the grave, he will beat you with beef. And you Muslim, you say to me that Hindus are wrong? Who is the one who raised the guy from the death? The cow or Allah? If you say to me Allah, the cow will be upset, because if Allah told you to beat the guy with the cow, Allah do not need a cow if he is God. Moses answered, Lo, he says, verily she is a cow and yoked. She is a bullocketh, not the soil, nor with the death, hole without mark. Okay. And then he told them, slaughter it, and they don't do it. And then we said to them, submit him with some of it. Look how deep, some of it, not too much, because too much beef will kill you. Some of it beef. They submit the guy and they start beating him with the beef, like, and the beef power work. They come back from death. They ask him, who is the one who killed you? He said, Sherlock Holmes. And then right away he died. Look, unbelievable, man. I mean, Allah told him to beat him by some because he didn't want him to live for long. He just wanted the answer. Because if you continue beating him with beef, he might live for millions of years. By the way, in my house, I have a lot of beef, getting ready for death. And I told my neighbors, if I die, and my cousins, you know, you have like 10,000 cousins. So I told them, if I die, just beat me with the beef. And I get a good beef quality, you know. I have a butcher. His name is Muhammad. He's a very good butcher. He sells meat of donkeys as beef. Anyway, this is a different story. And I told him to give me a beef, you know, he promised me he will not use donkeys or rabbit. So he gave me truly beef. It tastes funny, by the way. It is like a, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't taste like a beef. But anyway, I mean, he's, you know, he is cheating. So when you die, you beat yourself. You tell them to beat you with beef burger. In the tafsir, some of them, they say they beat him with the I mean, come on, I cannot say it. There is a Muslim saying to me, respect the Quran. I mean, what I'm not talking about. I'm talking about beef and cow. And I mean, God, He raised the man from death by beating him by beef. True story. But anyway, this is not our topic, man. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with why you are changing the topic? We go back. So the Prophet, he have no idea, and we asked the Muslims what was his religion. They could not answer. By the way, the Quran says clearly that Muhammad, he have no religion before Islam. So not only he is a pagan, he have nothing to do with the true God. Where we can find in the Quran? Anyone remember? Anyone remember? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because later we will give you a reward for those who subscribe. We will give you a free ticket, one-way ticket, because you want to come back anyway to Afghanistan. All right? So please subscribe to our channel. We give you a free ticket to have your vacation with your family. Don't take your family with you, please. I mean, this is not good. So we will give you one-way ticket to Afghanistan. La, la, la. You will not come back. You will not come back. You will not come back. You will come back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. One-way ticket to Afghanistan. So please subscribe immediately, because you will get a one-way ticket to Afghanistan. Alhamdulillah. All right, we go back to our topic, the end of commercial. By the way, this is a paid commercial, you know, like Afghanistan airline. Okay. So what was the verse where it says clearly that Muhammad not only is a pagan, he have nothing to do with the true God? Anyone knows? Let us go to the Quran. Hold on. What is the time now? Oh boy. Okay, read with me this verse, please. And I want the Muslims to focus with me. Chapter 42, verse number 52. What a disaster. Chapter 42, verse 52. It's like a music. 52, 42, 52, 42, 42 and 52. They are beautiful for you. What the heck is this? The Prophet, he do not know what faith, and he do not know what book. Never. They lie to us. They say Muhammad was following Abraham. The Quran says that Muhammad, he was following nothing to do with the true God. He have not even faith. He do not know what faith is. He do not know what book is. And this is Quran. And this is their translation. And this is a chapter 42, verse number 52. Isn't it? This is beautiful. So now we understand why this guy was saying in the video that Muhammad, before that day, he was not a Muslim. Do we agree, Muslims? This is your Quran saying he do not know what book, he do not know what faith, he don't know what faith. He have no true faith in true God. Zero. This is your Quran saying that. Can you recite one verse in the Quran in Arabic? Sure, I can. Listen to this one. In the name of hummus and potatoes and tomatoes, may Allah bring victorious to all those who do not know what hummus. I mean, Timur, all the garbage we show you, and now you are worried about me reciting a verse in the Quran. I mean, what's wrong with you, Taimur? Taimur, I don't know what kind of drugs you are taking, but obviously it's not good quality. Change your hashish. You know, when they brought the king of Saudi Arabia to meet with George Bush and the prince of Kuwait before the war, Saddam Hussein, he attacked Kuwait. The prince of Kuwait, he was busy thinking about how they were able to enter this big round table inside this small room. And this is Taimur. How they got this table inside? You idiot, they took your country. Saddam Hussein is in your land. And you became homeless. And now he is thinking like, how they got this table inside this room? Hey, President George Bush, can you tell me please how you can get this table inside? The Bush, he said, I don't know. Allah knows best. I don't know. I found it here. I'm like you. Anyway, I'm sure your mom, she gave your name Taimur for a reason. Any Muslim? Muhammad is not a believer. Why you lie to us? You say Muhammad was following Abraham all his life. Muhammad was a pagan person all his life. The Quran witness for that. And we just heard Nu'man Khan saying such a thing. And by the way, if you are going to download my videos, you can make this topic short. Cut it. You know, don't make the video long. You know, you can cut this topic and break it by yourself and change the title. Make it like, what was the religion of Muhammad before the angel squeezed him, or before he accepted Islam? Please call EF. No, we don't F anyone. You know, they F each other. This is their business. And if they dare to call me, I will come. I don't harass people. Do they have Paltalk? If they have Paltalk, I will call them, no problem. Give me their Paltalk. I will call them right now. Any Muslim? This is the Quran in front of you. Muhammad, he have no idea. He have no clue, as this guy said, and he was not a Muslim following Abraham, as you Muslim claim. So what we learned, that everything the Muslims, they say to us about the religion is a fraud. We discovered today that Muhammad never was a Muslim. For the first 40 years of his life, at least. I have a Muslim in Paltalk. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, guys, we will go to Paltalk. If there is a Muslim who talk to us for free, I will open my Paltalk. Okay, sorry, we got it. Here we go. We are opening Paltalk, and we are logging in. All right. We have a person. His name is Shabir. Okay. And he's calling me bastard. Hey, Shabir Hussein. Sadly, obviously, you are not legitimate. This is why I cannot call you. Look, it says Shabir Hussein using older version. I hope that's not something wrong about you. You are using old version, Shabir, and you are calling me bastard. Hey, by the way, Shabir, is it true that your prophet was born 4 years after his father's death? I mean, look who is talking. Oh. I hope you and your family die painful death. This is Islam. Read with me carefully. This is a Muslim prayer. They are following the true God, the devil. I hope you and your family die painful death. That is Satan, disgusting cult, filthy, like your prophet. Let us see the front Abdul. This guy, we could not call him. How you doing? I'm not doing, I don't know how I'm doing. Don't guys send me questions like how you doing and etc. If you are a Muslim, contact me. If not, no. Okay. I don't see it. I see Mustafa. Hold on, Mustafa. Okay. Hello?
Hello, Christian Prince. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mr. Mustafa?
Okay, that's good. Okay, fine. All right. I want you to go back. Oh wait. Okay, we're already at the verse. So this is verse 52, right?
Right.
And thus. Okay. So you want. Okay. I'm gonna explain it to you.
Mm.
And thus have we inspired in thee, Muhammad, a spirit of our command. Thou knewest not what the scripture was, nor what the faith was.
Mm.
Read the tafsir. This is talking about before he became a prophet, that he neither knew what the faith was or what was in the scripture.
Exactly.
So this is what he's talking about.
Exactly. Thank you
now,
very much.
Listen.
Exactly.
Okay, hold up. Listen. Now, if we go into your Bible, we know that Moses, he didn't become a prophet until he went on the mount. We know that Abraham also, he didn't become a prophet until he was like, what, 190 years old or some of that time.
What does this have to do with my topic? See, the topic is, my friend, you're not listening. You're not listening. It says clearly that Muhammad, he had no faith. Muhammad, he did not know the true God. He did not know.
He was lost.
He did not know. Okay.
Listen.
He was lost. Okay. So when you Muslims, you say, but you Muslims, you say Muhammad was worshipping Allah all his life and he was following Abraham, correct?
Listen. What was the religion of Moses before he became a prophet? Because now
he was following. Still he was following. Still he was following.
Moses. Still he was. Admitted he's the prophet like Moses. Great job.
Still he was following.
I'm happy.
Still he was following. Still he was following the same God of Noah, the same God of Noah, the same God of Adam, the same God of all the one who came before him.
What was Moses' religion before he became a prophet?
I answered you. The Quran says Muhammad, he do not know any book and he have no faith. Zero faith.
Okay, fine. So, you just admitted that Muhammad is the prophet like Moses, of course.
How?
Now, answer my question. What was Moses' religion before he became a prophet?
I told you he was following the same God of Noah, the one who did the flood.
Give me the proof. Huh? Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof for that?
Well, all his book is about all his book is about.
Where's the proof for that? I want proof and evidence.
Okay, if there's a proof that Moses was not worshipping the true.
No. Don't change topic.
We are not changing topic. Okay, you are the one who is saying what is the proof that he is not worshipping. Show me the proof that he is not worshipping. Show me the proof. I am showing you a proof that Muhammad was not worshipping the true God.
Listen.
Show me a proof. Show me a proof that Moses was not worshipping the true God. Go ahead.
Listen. I asked you a simple question. What was Moses' religion before he became a prophet?
I answered you. Now, it's your duty. It's your duty to get me busted. Feel free.
No,
I got you busted. You're a prophet. You have no faith. Okay, so now let us go to Musa.
I got you busted.
We will go to Musa. We will go to Musa. Hold on. So now you agree? So now you agree that you're a prophet. Listen, Abdul, you agreed that you're a prophet.
Abdul, you're Abdul. Listen to me.
You are called Abdul. You are called Abdul in the Quran. So don't do the Quran. Don't change the topic. Don't change the topic. So what was the religion? What was the religion of your prophet before he this moment?
What was the religion of Moses?
I don't care. This is not the question. You are changing the topic. You are changing the topic. I answered you. The Quran says Muhammad was a pagan person. The Quran says Muhammad was a pagan person. What was the religion of your prophet?
Christian princess. Listen, I'm exposing your hypocrisy, okay? Now, just confirm that Muhammad is the prophet like Moses.
No, he's not.
Let's go
to First of all, your prophet have zero prophecy. How he can be a prophet? How he can be a prophet? Secondly, listen, coward. Listen, coward potato. Listen. Why you are shouting? Let's talk me and you will talk. Take your time. Can we make it simple, please? People, they are listening, and people want to hear you and hear me. Me screaming over you screaming over you will not help. So I'm asking you, what is the religion of Muhammad before this point?
I have already told you, as Quran says in chapter Duha,
What?
he was lost. He was trying to
No,
find
no,
the
this
truth.
is not a
Just
question.
like Abraham.
This is not a question. When you say he was
Now,
lost, when you
listen,
say
what
when you
was the
say
religion
when
of
you say he
Moses?
was lost, he was worshiping what? No, he was
Listen,
worshiping what? He was a pagan. Do you agree he was a pagan?
listen.
Do you agree he was a pagan?
What was Moses? What was Moses' God before he,
He was
what was
worshiping. Okay,
God
okay.
before he became a prophet?
I answered you. I said Moses worshiping Elohim.
Because that proves,
Now,
listen, that proves the prophet like Moses.
no,
That just proves
hold on, guys. So
Yes,
Muhammad,
it does.
okay. So
Yes, it
so
does.
you
Listen,
Muslims, okay. So you
your
agree. So you
Bible
agree. Hold
says he
on.
started
So you agree.
30,
You
at
agree.
30,
You
he was
agree.
like a whole jab of his wife.
You just agree that
I'm not even in
that
the
you Muslims
What
we
is that
cannot talk in the same time. You want to do you act like a kid or you talk like an adult?
Because you're jumping topics, not
We are
answering,
Okay,
not bringing
so you
proof,
agree that your
lying.
prophet was a pagan for the last 40 years, correct?
No, he was
You
not.
said he was lost.
Now
What does that
breaking
mean? Explain to us. He was lost. I want to
proof.
listen. I'm listening. You said he was lost.
Listen,
What does that mean?
listen.
Okay.
Listen, you asked me
Hmm.
what was the religion of Muhammad before he became a prophet.
Correct.
Now I'm trying to show you that Muhammad is just like Moses.
I don't care.
Now let me
This
ask
is
you
not
again.
This is not that, Muhammad was like
I
everybody.
don't care
Okay.
about you either.
Muhammad
Now
was
answer
like
my question.
Muhammad, he was like
Listen,
me. Muhammad
answer my
like was
question. Stop running your
you
mouth.
see,
Answer my question.
you are trying to avoid the scandal of your prophet that he was a
Ran
pagan.
away.
Okay, can you show me where
Ran away.
can you
Ran
show me
away
can you
from
show
the
me
prophet.
can you show me where Moses he worship other god than God, the true God? Did he? Did Moses
I
worship?
don't know what
Okay, so
Moses was worshiping
so now
before
let's
he
focus on
became
the
a
topic. So
prophet, because you're not
don't
telling
say
me.
he was
Now,
like
listen
Moses.
to me.
Don't say he was like Moses until you prove the opposite. I don't care, by the way.
Listen to me.
I don't
Yes,
care.
because
Still,
you
that's
just
not the
confirmed
question.
that. You
Listen.
just confirmed.
Okay,
Just
Muhammad
confirmed.
was
You
like
just confirmed.
Muhammad was like Buddha. Who care? I'm asking you, what was the religion of Muhammad before that moment? 40 years of his life passed. He was worshiping which God?
Listen, you just confirmed that the Prophet Muhammad is like Moses. Now, I'm asking you, what was Moses and Muhammad are religion worshiping the Prophet?
What this have to do with my question? Second, it's in the same time I said to you he worship
Because
Elohim. I said he worship Elohim. Do Muhammad
Listen.
worship Elohim?
Okay, listen.
Why
Listen,
Muslims?
princess,
Okay,
princess.
don't insult.
Princess.
Listen. If you call me princess, I will spit at your prophet. So you talk to me, you want to insult me, trust me, you are no match. I can spit at your prophet. I can do poo-poo at your prophet. Don't insult me. I accepted your call, spoke to you, I said to you, mister. You want to call me princess? Here we go. Your prophet is the one who put eyeliner in his eyes, not me. Your prophet, he pissed like a woman. Your prophet, he kissed men between their legs. Your prophet, he hugged men and kissed them down their belly. You want to talk about women? Princess? He is the one who said, I never receive Quran except in the clothes of my wife. Who is the princess? So you want to insult me? No problem. But I have a proof. You have none. I don't put eyeliner like your prophet. So you coward. You just admitted that your prophet, he was lost. And this is what we care for. What was his religion before? Obviously, it is not worshipping the true God. This is what lost mean. And you coward try to say, well, all of them, they were lost at that time. Who care? And who said what you are saying is true? When you say something, give us a proof. And let us say, for the sake of argument, what you said is true. That will not change the fact that you Muslim, you lie to us, saying that Muhammad was Abrahamic all his life. Because you just said he was not. And you idiot. If you say to me that Abraham was a prophet and Moses is from the children of Abraham, so how Moses was lost if he was following Abraham and worshipping the God of Abraham? In the same time, if Muhammad and the Muslim, they say that Muhammad is descendant from Ishmael, which is a fraud, and he was following the religion of the God of Ishmael and the God of Abraham, which is a fraud, and you agreed that Muhammad was lost, and everybody heard you. That means Muhammad never believed in the true God, even according to the cult of Muhammad himself, and the Quran confirmed that. And I say thank you very much for calling me and admitting that Muhammad was lost. Now, they could not answer, they speak loud. They try to change the topic. And obviously Muhammad was kissing the black stone for the last 40 years of his life, worshipping the same idols the Arab used to worship. Muhammad, he says, my father and your father in fire. Muhammad, he followed the religion of his father. What was it? Will cause you to go to hellfire. So Muhammad for 40 years was worshipping pagan God. And then after that, Muhammad never changed. He still worshipped the pagan God. What was the pagan God? The Muslims, they say the father of Muhammad, his name is Abdullah. Okay, what does that mean? Slave of Allah. Wonderful. So how somebody, his name is a slave of Allah, will go to hell? How somebody worshipping Allah will go to hell? The answer is very simple. Allah is a pagan God. Otherwise, worshipping, your name is the slave of Allah. Your name. This is the name of the father of Muhammad. And what Muhammad said to the man? He said, my father and your father in hellfire. So his father, his name is Abdullah, as Muslims they claim. Not me. So how somebody, he worship Allah, his name is a slave of Allah, he will go to hellfire? Very simple answer. Allah is fraud. Allah is a pagan God. And all of you heard this Abdul Mustafa, he said it clearly that Muhammad was lost. You should cut that part and repeat it 100 times for the Muslims everywhere. Muhammad was lost. He was lost. We heard you. He was lost doing what? Mustafa will not answer. Why? Because it's a shameful thing. So in order to make my prophet look better, I will make Moses the same. I will make anyone the same. You know, it's like a woman, she have her daughter, she is a prostitute. So what she say? They say to her, your daughter is a prostitute. She start counting to you how many prostitutes in the town. Oh, not only my daughter. But that will not change the fact that she is a prostitute. Muhammad was lost. I will give you a chance. I will call you again. If you try to insult, you are just bringing insult to your prophet. Trust me, I don't care. I'm not the one. I'm not the person you can intimidate. Never try to do that with me. And I will return the insult immediately to your prophet. Speak to me with respect. I will speak to you as a man with respect. I called you Mr. I did not call you, you know. So this is how we start the conversation, but then you start going crazy. You speak louder. You don't want people to hear me. I can hang up on you. Why you are doing that? We want people to hear you and to hear me. So I'm going to call you. You said the prophet was lost. People don't want to know how and what the prophet was worshipping. He was lost. We heard him. I want you to explain to those people how he was lost. Go ahead. Let me call you back. Again, Mr. Mustafa, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so your prophet was lost, and you said that. Explain to us.
I was quoting Surah Ad-Duha, where God says, "Did we not find you lost and guided you?"
Okay.
Now listen.
So what was lost? What lost mean? Explain to me. I'm trying to learn from you, my friend. What's wrong? Why you are trying to skip that word?
Okay, listen. The religion that the prophet was on was called Al-Hanafiya, which is the religion of Ibrahim, and this is what the Jews and Christians and these people they had.
So how following Abraham? You see, here we go. You are contradicting yourself. If he is following Abraham, he was a Muslim then, but you just said he was lost. Isn't it Abraham a Muslim according to you Muslims?
Listen. He was lost, as in due to the scriptures and the faith.
Okay.
As he was
so
lost.
What is okay? But he did not know.
Yeah.
He did not know what the scriptures. So don't tell me he according to scriptures, because there's no scriptures given to him anyway. And
I just said that. Yeah.
Okay. And he have no faith. He have no faith, and he do not have any good faith, any faith. Read it carefully. So he have no faith. You Muslim, you say to us, he was following Abraham, but Abraham, he have a faith in the true God. Okay. So Abraham worshiped the true God. Muhammad, he have no faith, the same as the faith of Abraham. So what was his faith?
Listen. Prophet Muhammad, before the revelation, he was not an idol non-worshipper. Okay, he was searching for the truth.
Oh, he was an atheist, you are saying? He don't believe in God? He was an atheist, he don't believe in God?
He was searching for the truth.
I know.
He believed in God.
Okay. No. Hold on. But you just said he was lost. If you believe in God.
Yes, he was lost trying to find the truth.
Okay, what is the name of the God? Okay, what is the name of the God who no problem. What is the name of the God he was worshiping?
I just said that he was trying to find the truth, but so he was not an idol worshiper.
Okay, well, he's not idol worshiper. So what is the name of the God? Okay, do he have a God or he don't have a God?
The name of the God was Allah. That's
okay, how somebody believe in Allah is lost? How somebody believe in Allah? How somebody believe in Allah is lost?
Listen. I just said that he was not an idol.
Just what a kid. Listen. Listen, we repeat the same question. I'm going to ask you the same question forever. Obviously you have no answer. And now you start adding things like you said he's lost. And we keep repeating the same question, then suddenly it look like I force you to say Allah. Otherwise you would say Allah from the beginning. But it says it clearly, you have no faith. He do not know what faith. He do not even know. So if he worship a God, his name is Allah, that means the Quran is lying. Because that means if Muhammad he believe in Allah, that means he have faith. And his faith in is Allah. So in order to cover the disaster in front of us, you start lying, saying, listen. It's Allah. Okay, how somebody believe in Allah, he is lost, and you have no faith? When you say you have no faith, you do not even know what faith is. The Arabic is so clear. It says, وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا مَا كُنْتَ تَدْرِي مَا الْكِتَابَ وَلَا الْإِيمَانِ. You know nothing about them. And you do not know even what faith is. You have no idea. So you keep repeating to me, listen, that became a joke. And then you say to me that he was worshipping the God of Allah. That's another joke, because your friend, even in the video, he just said, now he became a Muslim. When he said to him, Iqra, he did not even say to him anything. He just said to him 2 words, Iqra. He said, then the Prophet became a Muslim. Before that moment, he was not. And by the way, this is a lie, because according to the story, Muhammad, he did not say, I believe. The guy, he just told him what to say and he left. Muhammad did not answer back and say, I believe in Allah. He said to him, read what? The Muslim, they say he was saying, I cannot read. That's all. He did not say Shahada. So even in that point, Muhammad did not become a Muslim yet. So listen, doesn't work. And the question is still there. What was the religion of Muhammad? Obviously, it is the same religion of his father. The religion of the father of Muhammad will take him to hell, according to Muhammad. Every child, your prophet, he says, every child is born as a Muslim, and then his parents will make him accept different religion. Okay, makes sense. According to Muslims, that you are born, you have a diaper and you do poo-poo, that means you are a Muslim. Makes sense. And then your parents will teach you something and will make you accept the new religion. That's wonderful. That is the religion of your prophet. It is the religion of his father. He worship Allah. But obviously he's a pagan. Why? Because Allah is a pagan God. Allah, which Muhammad he worship, is Allah who married from the sun God, and he have 3 daughters, Allat and Al-Uzza and Manat. And actually, even later, Muhammad, he asked the Muslims to worship the 3 daughters of Allah. And he says that those 3 daughters, the goddess, their intercession is a must. And this is long after Muhammad claimed to be a prophet. So Muhammad continued worshipping the false deity, Allah and his 3 daughters, from the 6 of the sun god, Akbar, after he claimed that he is believing in one God. And this is all is exists in your reference, in your books. But what we learn today, notice carefully, that the Muslims agree that Muhammad was lost 40 years. Muhammad worshipping the wrong God. He did not know what faith is. He did not know anything about scriptures. That's mean the scriptures of the Jews, he did not know them. He did not know the teaching of Moses. He did not know the teaching of the one they call him Isa. He did not know the teaching of Abraham, because the verses is so clear. He did not know anything about the scriptures. And he have no faith. And here this is about the true faith. And thank you for agreeing that Muhammad is lost. Now here the question is, after Muhammad being guided, what happened? After Muhammad being guided, Muhammad tried to kill himself. He did not believe he's a prophet. If we go in the Quran, we will find different verses saying the following. We heard the guy in the video that the Prophet accepted Islam. Let us see how this happened. Did he say Shahada? Nowhere. Because Shahada is later something created by Muhammad. If you go to chapter 10, verse number 94, you will see Muhammad being taught by his God Allah, answering him, because Muhammad he have a doubt. Is he a prophet? Is not a prophet? Is he a prophet? Not a prophet? And here you ask yourself, is Muhammad suffering from mental illness? I mean, after all the chapters you gave us, claiming that it's coming to you from God, and now you are asking yourself if you are a prophet or not. So the Quran says to Muhammad, supposedly, this is God speaking to him, if you are in doubt about what we sent to you, which means the Quran, go and ask the Christians and the Jews. But all of us, we knew the Christians and the Jews don't accept Muhammad. Same time, if the Christians and the Jews are corrupt and they are worshipping the false god Jesus, supposedly, don't they say the false god is Jesus? Don't the Muslims they say Jesus is not God? Not making false god. Okay, so how you say, if you don't believe, if you don't trust what I'm saying to you, go and ask the Christians who they are supposedly lost, and ask the Jews who they are supposedly cursed. Do you see the stupidity? How you ask if somebody already is a criminal, because worshipping the wrong God is a crime against God. How does God, he ask you to go and ask those who he considered them lost? If they are lost themselves, how they can correct you? If the lost can correct Muhammad, how lost Muhammad was? Are we following, guys? Are we listening? The verse in front of you, chapter 10, verse number 94, Allah saying to Muhammad, go and ask the Christians and the Jews if you are a prophet or not, if you are in doubt. Muhammad he gave it up. And not only that, Muhammad he tried to kill himself. And here other question, what kind of a prophet he tried to kill himself? Huh? What exactly was his religion? Uh-oh. The man who tried to kill himself, and the hadith is so clear, Muhammad tried to kill himself because he didn't believe he's a prophet. And why? Because when Waraq ibn Nawfal he died, suddenly the inspiration stopped. And that is telling us who is the one who was making Quran for him. It was Waraqah. Read carefully. After a few days, Waraqah died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while, and the prophet became so sad, as we have heard that he had intended several times to throw himself from the top of the high mountains, and every time he went to the top of the mountain in order to throw himself down, Jibreel appeared before him and say, "O Muhammad, indeed you are messenger of Allah." So why Muhammad trying to commit suicide? He don't believe he's a prophet of Allah. It's in front of you. I mean, how clear we can make it. Then after he says to him, "You are indeed Allah messenger," whereupon his heart would become quiet and he would calm down and he would return home. So Muhammad was going crazy. "I'm not a prophet, I want to kill myself." He go to the top of the mountain. It's in front of you. But here we have a question. How this guy, he received messages from Allah and he believed in Allah and he been chosen by Allah, and then he tried to commit suicide, and why Allah stopped sending him messages? And what make it more funny, the angel he wait for Muhammad, because Muhammad he tried to do that many times. How many times? And the angel he wait for him until he climbed the mountain to the top, and then he said to him, "Hey Muhammad, don't do it, you are a prophet." Why you don't say to that to him when he's home? Before he put his sandals to leave to commit suicide. He waited for the last second. Is that like an action movie? Right? Yeah, somebody's saying that he created a channel. If you subscribe to his channel, he is loading my videos. You can post in the comment, tell people about your channel in the comment later. And why somebody want to commit suicide? You tell me. Is he suffering from mental illness? Obviously. And why the angel appeared to him first time? And he said to him, "Don't do it, you are a prophet of Allah." And then his second day he come to do it again. Is he crazy? Obviously. What is the difference between Jibreel appeared to me today and Jibreel appeared to me tomorrow? It's the same person and you say the same words. So what is Muhammad is like acting like a spoiled kid? "I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to kill myself." He go to the top of the mountain and then Jibreel hold him from his pant and he said to him, "Don't do it, Muhammad, you are a prophet." What is this story is about? All the stories are funny. They cut his chest to install wisdom. I mean, this is after they installed wisdom or before? Maybe this is explained why Muhammad needed surgery. He was a very fool. He is the only prophet. I mean, okay, did Allah cut the chest of Muslims to install wisdom and faith? You see here, it says that Muhammad, he do not know what faith is. Okay, how Allah he put faith in the heart of Muhammad? The hadith says that Allah he opened the chest of Muhammad, he did a plastic surgery, and he cut his chest, he cut from his throat all the way to his pubic area. They took all the material inside, all the screws, they wash it with Zamzam, and then they put it back, and then they stuff his throat with wisdom and faith. So Muhammad before this point he have no faith. How Allah he put faith on him? Plastic surgery. I mean, how in the world we can believe this guy is a prophet? I never heard of a God. I mean, the Muslims, they say to us, if Allah wants something to happen, He say be is going to be. So why He is sending angels to do plastic surgery, cutting his chest, and then since when wisdom they come in dishes and faith they come in dishes? Is that a true story? Well, the Muslim, they say yes, and this is Sahih Hadith. This is Sahih Bukhari. It's very trustworthy. So they come to him, they cut his chest from here to here, from his pubic area to his throat. They wash it, and then Jibreel, after he opened his body and he wash it between his throat all the way to his pubic area, he took the material out and he washed it with the water of Zamzam. And then he put it back inside his body. He cleaned inside his body. Look at this. And then a golden tray containing a gold bowl full of belief and wisdom was brought. And then Jibreel stuffed his chest with and his throat blood with a vessel with it. I mean, is that religion? What do you think? Christianity, best loving religion, is established. You can say whatever you want. The Muslim, they cannot answer us what we have in front of us. They change the topic. What you can say to the fool. I mean, actually, this is story proving to us that Muhammad was so stupid to the point he needed plastic surgery in order to adjust his stupidity. You see, it does say that there's a dish of faith and dish of wisdom. I mean, how dumb Muhammad was to the point you need to install a dish of wisdom. How big the dish? Anyone knows how big the dish was? Who is a Muslim really believe that wisdom come in dishes? Oh, you left Islam, Khalid? Oh, okay, good for you, my friend. Welcome. By the way, by the end of our program, we are going to deliver to you some wisdom in dishes. Don't forget to leave your address. I'm just joking. I mean, who in the world can believe in such a stupid thing? If we can get wisdom in dishes, nobody will be a fool. Can we get a dish of wisdom to Joe Biden so he can say something better than you know the thing? And now Muhammad, he is telling us this stupid story after the surgery, after he got the wisdom operation. So how stupid he was before. If this is a story he taught after the surgery, which is very stupid story. So how stupid he was before the surgery. You know what I mean? This is Muhammad now is talking, this is story Muhammad reporting to us after the surgery. So if this is a story of a smart guy after a wisdom surgery, which is extremely stupid story, so how stupid he was before the surgery? And why Allah did not make a surgery to Isa? Huh? All right, I got it. Okay, the guy, his name is Khalid ibn Walid, is asking me to forgive him for he was saying very bad word to me when he was a Muslim. No problem, my friend. It's okay. I don't even remember them. Say all bad words for me before. Who care? I don't really. I don't care really. All people, they can curse me. No problem. I love you all. I love you for the sake of Christ. I love Muslims for the sake of Christ. They curse me. They hate me. I don't hate them. I'm fighting their evil devil, yes. But I believe they are deceived people. Alright? And we are happy to hide. I remember he used to come and he argue, okay, well, Khalid is, he left Islam. That's wonderful. We have somebody, his name is Baptism is Haram. Let us see. Okay, he's not answering. The funny, his name is Baptism is Haram. What's his name? Baptism is Haram. This is showing you again how ignorant they are. Baptism is exists in the Quran. I never saw a Muslim, he knew what he's talking about. As usual. Baptism is haram. Isn't it the Quran says the best of who do baptism is Allah? Ignorant. They just want to fight Christianity. They heard that that Christian they do baptism. Okay, it's haram. As long Christians they do it, okay, it's haram. But they don't know that Allah himself, he say clearly that he is the best who do baptism. So if baptism is haram, why Allah he practice it? Same time, how Allah he practice baptism? You tell me. Let us see. Ignorant people. They throw rocks at me and I use their rocks against them. That's why they don't dare to. They knew they cannot make it with me. Baptism is haram. So why Allah he do it? Our religion is the baptism of Allah. It doesn't say that. It says the baptism of Allah, and who can baptize better than Allah? You see it? So this guy, he go around and he call himself the baptism of Allah is haram. The baptism is haram. Now the question, why Allah doing baptism? This is a Christian act. What's going on? And how Allah baptize you? Anyone? This is chapter 2, the same chapter, the cow chapter. Chapter 2, verse 138. And by the way, the Muslim in their translation, they try to hide what the Quran is saying. That it says the baptism of Allah. And who do baptism better than Allah? Sibaghatullah. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبَاغًا. Any Muhammadan? And you will find that every Muslim give you different translation because they are trying to avoid the statement here is because this is dangerous. If you go to Shakir, let us see. Between two brackets, receive, and then the baptism of Allah. I mean, even the verse doesn't make sense. I mean, how he start with the word baptism of Allah? Shouldn't you say, what are you talking about? Suddenly he talk about baptism of Allah. Yeah, they don't do baptism because supposedly the one who do baptism is Allah. Actually, any verse in the Quran you read, you would die laughing. Look at this verse. Nay, do you say that Abraham and Ishmael and Jacob and the tribe were Jews or Christians? I mean, what this is? The Jews, they say Abraham was a Jew. That is the most stupid thing. Do you know what the word Jew mean? Obviously, the one who made the verse, he don't know what the word Jew mean. Do he knew what the word Yahud mean? So how Abraham can be Yahud? Stupid statement. Imagine that we Christian, we say Abraham was a Jew. That's stupid. This is the father of the Jews. The grandfather, not only the father, the grandfather. So how, what is this about? Say to them, aren't you more knowing that Allah? Okay, who is this Allah to know? What is this? You know? Just to show you how the wisdom of Muhammad work. Read carefully. Chapter 3, verse number 56. I assure you that the one who wrote this verse is a certified donkey. Doesn't matter what his name, I don't care. Read with me and laugh. All followers of the book, why do you dispute about Abraham when the Torah and the Injil were not revealed till after him? Do you not understand? I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid logic? So the one who came after, he cannot dispute about the one who came before. Well, that means Muhammad cannot dispute the Christians and the Jews. I mean, do you see the stupid logic? If Muhammad is a person who came before the Christians, before the Jews, okay, that makes sense. He can say to them, are you going to argue with the one who came before you? But he isn't the last. So if the logic is the one who came after, he cannot debate the one who came before, well, that means Muhammad, he cannot debate the Christians and he cannot debate the Jews. So this is how the logic works. Muslims cannot debate with the Christians because obviously Christians are more accurate than the Muslims because they came before them. Christians cannot debate with the Jews because obviously, according to the story here, the Jews are more accurate than the Christians. Who is the stupid here? How this can be from God? Tomorrow we will continue, if we can, I hope so, and we will show you more miracles of the Prophet. Something very amazing, astonishing. Don't forget to download this video because, as you know, I don't keep my videos on my channel, and YouTube don't love me, they hate me. But you guys, you download them, you share them with your friends, and let thousands and thousands of people learn about them. So in order always to watch the videos which I am deleting, please subscribe to those who post my videos in their channel, support them, so you can always watch them. All right? Kim Clement, who is Kim Clement, my friend? We do not need more prophets, my friend. I'm nobody. My name is nobody. So don't go by what people say. I'm not here for people to glorify me. I'm no one. I'm just serving to teach the truth, and the truth will set you free. Never follow a man, for all men are sinners. Never be proud about a man, for all men are sinners. Otherwise you will be disappointed. There's only one person you can trust and you can be proud about. His name is the Messiah, the Christ. Anything else, you will be disappointed. There's prophets, but they came to prophesy about God. It's not about them. We don't worship them. We don't praise them. We don't even follow them. We follow God. We don't follow Moses. We follow God's words to Moses. We don't follow Abraham. We follow God's words to Abraham. There's only one person we follow. There's only one master. This is what the Bible says. His name is Jesus the Christ. We have no other master. And if you take any other master, you are a fool. Otherwise, one day you will be disappointed. That's why some Christians, they get disappointed. They see someone, he claimed to be a priest, but then we find that he is a fraud like Muhammad. Why? Because you were doing wrong. You trusted a man when all men are sinners. How many times the Bible need to repeat it? All men. All men. And the one who say to you he's holy, he is a big fat liar. And I am the last one to claim to be holy. Don't believe in me? Don't follow me? I'm a sinner like you and maybe more. Your Savior is the Messiah. I'm here to share the truth with you, my knowledge, what I learned, what I studied, and there's a gift given to me by God that I can take the dust out of the eyes of people. It's God who help him, God who use us. So we praise him. We pray for the Muslims that God will take dust from their eyes, and we are helping them to see the truth, and the truth will set them free. We are here to fight slavery. We are not here to praise a man. We are here to follow the Messiah, the Savior, not a bishop or a priest. For all men are sinners. Fight your sin and don't be proud about it, and be humble. The second you became so proud of yourself, you forgot who you are. There is something actually I want to advise people to do from time to time. Go to the graveyard. Go to the graveyard. Because in the graveyard is the place where a human being remember where he belongs, where he's going to end. A human being is very arrogant. He built to live forever. He saved to live forever. He worked to live forever. But he forgot that he will not. Don't be arrogant. Remember where you belong and where you will end. That is the truth. And there's only one person he can bring you back to life, a good life. That is the Messiah. Whoever believes in me and die will live. Whoever drink my water, he will never be thirsty. So don't follow a man, otherwise you are dead like the man. Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. When people, they go on funeral, they are dead too. It's just a matter of time. This is why when people, they threaten me, they want to kill me, I laugh. Kill me. I would die anyway. You're just a fool. And if you kill me, actually, people will read my books more. And people will watch my videos more. And that will help me more. And that will give me an honor to die for my Lord. So we fear no death. It's not, the Messiah said, fear not those who destroy your flesh. Fear those who destroy your spirit, your soul. So I want to say thank you all. Until we see you maybe tomorrow. I hope so. I will set up a video for tomorrow, and we'll take it amazing miracle. That's what we will name it, amazing miracle of Prophet Muhammad. You guys, you will be astonished. You will not believe it. It's so beautiful, so beautiful, beyond your imagination. Just get ready. Tell your friends. Thank you, guys. May the Lord bless you. And those who like to read my books, you can find them in Amazon. And if you are a person who speaks certain language, we have a list of books translated to your languages like Indonesian, Poland, Romanian, whatever languages. You can find them in list the admin he posts from time to time, and they are for free for you. Thank you. God bless you. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And see you soon. Bye-bye.